All right, welcome everyone. So we're cruising through the woods of upstate New York. We're right by the Pennsylvania border, and we're hitting some pretty epic dual sport roads here. This one in particular is called Falls Road because there's a waterfall on it. Yes, we'll check it out, or at least show you while I'm passing by. So Dad's behind me on the Trail 125. I got to check back on him every once in a while, but we're here to talk about the handlebars that I went with on the Honda Monkey. So I was running the man-in-the-box handlebars for several years. Basically, I went from the OEM bars to the man-in-the-box bars, and they were a really good option. They were a lower bar, made the bike look pretty low slung and looked cool. The bike looked the best with those bars, in my opinion. And they were a great bar bend and sweep for street riding. They're good for cruising, put you in a little bit of a hunched over stance. Probably looked pretty cool riding, or probably not for me, being 6'1", 200 pounds on a tiny little bike, so probably didn't look so cool for me, but probably for other people. But anyways, I wanted to gear the bike up more for this trip and doing some heavier off-road stuff, so I wanted to explore some different bar options. And we did an install of the ODI 50 bend, the Dirt Bike Kids, the DBK bars in particular. We got those. I have a dealership with ODI from my 5X Racing car business. We use their grips for shift knobs, so I was able to pick those bars up. But at the same time, I bought a set of KLX bars, the 110 bend from ODI. So I got two bars because I wanted to try both. I love the KLX bend on my Grom. I think it makes the bike just totally different. It makes it feel like a dirt bike, which is what I like. I'm not a street rider, I'm a dirt bike rider, so anytime I have a bike that I ride on the street, I tend to want to ride it like a dirt bike. So for me, dirt bike bends are where I want to be. So I went with the 50, the Dirt Bike Kids 50 bend. So this is basically the larger bars that you would put on the XR50 or CRF50 for adults to ride, and putting them on the CRF 110 and the KLX 110 and stuff. So that's usually what those bars are for, but they work on the Groms too. So I tried that bar first, and it was a really good bend. It put the bars up nice and high, and they felt good, but at the same time they stretched the cables out a little bit, and being fuel injection and a lot of wires and stuff going through the cables, I didn't want to stretch them out too much. Coming up on the falls here, so get a little glimpse of that. There they are. Good old natural waterfall there, just in the backwoods of, I think we're in Pennsylvania at this point, crossed over the New York Pennsylvania border. And here's the second little fall. We bring the kids down here and let them play around down there. They think it's great. So back to the handlebars. The bends are what I wanted to play with. I want to see if I like the 110 bend better, like I do on the Grom, or the 50, the XR50 bend, which is a higher bend, but it kind of puts I think the sweep is a little bit more, it's not as straight. So anyways, we installed the XR50 bend on this bike, and that's what the install is. You can see that. I install them, there's a couple little tricks that you can use for that. And we're gonna hit the road here. Make sure Dad's good. Dad's not an experienced rider as myself, so we stuck him on the trail. So anyways, the install we do is on the XR50 bend, and it put the bars up a little bit high, kind of made the bike look a little goofier. I didn't like the look of the bars on the bike, so I was like, oh, you know what, I'm not really going for aesthetics here, I'm going for performance. So I tried them out, and they were okay, but I wanted to try the KLX bars too, so we took off the XR50 bars and I put on the KLX bars, and man, right away I just said, you know what, that bar just looks right on the bike. It just looks so much better, and I like the distance of my hands. It's maybe a little bit closer, and it just felt good. It felt familiar because of my Grom. So basically I stuck with the KLX bend for this trip, based on that. And I didn't bring the 50 bars up here to try out. I did keep the bar pad from the Dirt Bike Kid bar because it looked cool. It wasn't shiny, it was a matte black bar pad. And as you can see, I have my accessories up here. This is a Thrill Seekers bar bag, and then I strap my GoPro on there. So I have this set up really nice. It's really comfortable. I went with the ODI Rogue grips. These are like a soft, gummy sort of grip that is really nice barehanded. I ride around at home a lot barehanded because I'm usually only riding for a couple minutes here and there around the neighborhood, but on this trip, longer trips, of course, I'll go with the gloves. So yeah, basically my impressions of the dirt bike style handlebars on the Honda Monkey are that it really allows you to ride more aggressively. I've really bombed some trails pretty hard this trip. Went through some really rugged stuff, and it's going through some washboard stuff right now. You can hear it. Bike struggling a little bit uphill. There you go, now it won't. Terminioni exhaust is singing. So yeah, getting back to the bars, if you can hear me, they're a really good feeling bar. I like how my hands are about shoulder width or a little bit further apart, kind of like a dirt bike would be. And like I said, I'm a dirt bike rider, so this just feels right for me. It feels more home. And the control, I feel like I have a lot more control with these bars than I did with the Man in the Box bars. With more aggressive riding. On the street, the Man in the Box bars were fine. They felt good, but I ride this bike kind of aggressively, so I wanted a bar that could kind of suit my aggressive riding a little bit better. And I'm not a good wheelier. I can't wheelie to save my life, but I try. I can't ride it. I just kind of pop the tire up and try to, it sounds cool and I think it looks cool, but I know it's not. Guys out there like my friend Rodney Sargent and stuff, they can wheelie for days, but I can't, and I don't even try because I'll fall. But what I do like to do is when I'm on the trails, I like to pop the front wheel up over logs, sticks and stuff, or potholes I see, and I like the ability to do a little front wheel pop when I need to, and these bars allow me to do that a lot easier because they're up at a more of a hip height, waist height. They're not low. It's not like a cafe racer, so I can pull. I'm not leaning over to pull the bike up. I'm kind of halfway up already to where I'm pulling them up, so it just works better for more aggressive riding. So that's about it. I think I'm gonna call it good. I like these bars. I'm gonna stay with the 110 bend. And I like the ODI bars. I just, it's a little bit different. Everybody usually goes with the Pro Taper. Renthal doesn't really have a 110 bend, I don't think. Maybe they do. But, it's basically choose your favorite brand. And I like ODI. It helps that I have a partnership, or I can buy wholesale from them. So I get the bars a little bit cheaper. But I'll put a link down in the description to the bars I tried and the bars that I like. And I'd recommend for somebody that's doing a little bit more aggressive riding, maybe getting out on the pit bike track here and there with your monkey bike, which probably shouldn't do because it's totally not made for it, but hitting the occasional trail or just being a little bit more comfortable while riding a back road like this KLX bar does the trick. So I'm gonna get up this hill and I'll see you guys later.